How many times did they make that Smurf joke in the movie, Rachel? So many times.
Yeah, I will not be reviewing the movie in Smurf puns.
Please, thank you. Or your stay on the movie show would be very short. Oh, it's hard to believe the Smurfs have been around for over 40 years now. I remember them when they were on Saturday morning cartoons when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I didn't really watch them because I watched Super Friends on a different channel. But the Saturday morning cartoon from the 80s gets its fourth different movie adaptation, and this one is just simply titled Smurfs, not The Smurfs, or The Smurfs Reborn or Revolution or whatever, Reloaded. The big tight name in the movie is Smurfette, voiced by Rihanna. She also provides a new song for the film. She's joined by John Goodman, who plays Papa Smurf. You heard Nick Offerman playing whichever Smurf that was like Papa Smurf's brother. Actually, I can't remember his name in the movie. And then we hear James Corden as No-Name Smurf. These little blue, whatever they are, Smurfs, are content to live in their hidden village, protecting a magic book. But then No-Name Smurf gets a little magic from that book and accidentally reveals their location to the evil wizards Gargamel and Razamel. I'm assuming Razamel is an invention for this movie because I do not remember that character from anything else. Now, admittedly, I didn't see all the other Smurfs movies.
I mean, I'm not steeped in deep Smurf lore, so the audience can correct us if there is.
I'm pretty sure our audience is not going to correct us on this one. If it was Spider-Man, maybe. With the Smurfs, I think we're probably safe. Oh,
yeah, it's a real shame because I actually really kind of love the last one, the Smurfs Lost Village. I think it's artistically ambitious. It has a pretty good story. It's one of those like underrated little movies that I like to throw out there when people are talking about underappreciated films. I actually really like the Smurfs Lost Village. And then this, it just felt like 8 different movies all packed into one. There were parts that felt really pre-K. And then parts that are just like, what? They just made an F-bomb joke? What were they thinking?
To be fair, I think the littlest kids wouldn't get the joke. I mean, this is something I've learned, having watched movies with my kids that I watched as a kid. And when I watch them as a parent, I'm like, whoa, I do not remember this movie being this risque. And so I do appreciate when Hollywood occasionally shows restraint, and if they're going to try to tell a joke that will make adults laugh, they at least couch it in another way or a double entendre, rather than what seems like to be more common these days is just, we're not even going to hide it, we're just going to say the vulgar thing, and ha ha ha, everybody thinks it's funny.
It just made it feel so random. Like at one point, it feels like, oh, is this going to be a musical? They have a whole song number, and then you don't have a song for like 30 minutes, and then there'll be like another song, and then there's parts that are like high fantasy, and then they go into the live action world, and then there's parts that are really abstract and trying to be Inside Out, and then there's parts, and it was just like, what is this? What is this movie?
I felt like it was trying to be like Despicable Me. Like I felt like that was the vibe that I was trying to get overall. Like, can we do this similar to Despicable Me? We've got the cute characters, we can make the side jokes. Got a lot of them.
There were definitely those moments for sure, but I also felt like it was trying to be more like thoughtful and profound, like an Inside Out, like a Pixar, but then it would go back to trying to be an Illumination film, and it just was a mess.
So I got excited when I saw the name of the director, Chris Miller. I'm like, okay, because I was thinking it was Christopher Miller, like the Lord and Miller ones who did the Lego movie.
Yeah.
There is a different Chris Miller, and this is the other Chris Miller, and unfortunately, he'll probably keep being known as the other Chris Miller. He worked on, Shrek 2. He was head of story. So he worked on the Shrek movies and then eventually directed, director. He did Puss in Boots, the first one. He was the director of that one, which was much better than this.
Oh, yeah.
Shrek the Third.
Ooh.
The Shrek movies were still pretty funny. And then he's got a Ninjago movie upcoming, so they're going to give him the reins to something else. I got to give him credit. There were moments that were actually funny. We're going to bag on this mostly, but there were moments where I actually thought it was funny.
The animation wasn't terrible.
All right.
The animation
you got to understand, Rachel, that's a major compliment.
The animation was decent. I'm hesitant to put the blame on this on the creatives because this seemed like a movie that I wouldn't be surprised if we hear the backstory and it was a total mess, like pieced together. And I don't
where
know
the
that as a
studio
fact, but
wanted this more than
it felt.
somebody's like, I have got the greatest script for Smurfs.
Yeah.
So for me, my 12-year-old liked it. She had fun, with sort of the hype around it. I have a feeling that 12 and unders that go with more than one 12 and under, like their friends or their siblings or whatever, will have a better time at this. So then the real question becomes, can the adults make it through without wanting to gouge out their eyeballs? It didn't get that bad. And there will be some things that you laugh at.
Yeah, I mean, people ask me, is it as bad as the Emoji Movie? No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, that's like the standard of the worst animated movie.
It's not on that level, but it's pretty bad. I wouldn't be surprised if this is on a bunch of critics' worst list.
Of the year?
Yeah,
okay.
This year.
I gave it a C grade on the letter scale.
On the letter, I would probably give it D plus, C minus.
Ooh, so Rach didn't. Okay, and that's fair. So a D plus, C minus for Rachel, a C for me, only because I laughed a few times. Thank heavens it made me laugh, or I would have been right about where you